Okay, now let's just talk about this movie, Nefarious. And when Hollywood is showing you their hand, you need to pay attention. No, there's so much layers to this movie. I'm just gonna try and bring out the main points. Right? Now, this movie centers around a demonic entity that occupied an individual and they are currently on death row. No, with this movie, it shows us how we end up with our Ted Bundys, our John Gacy's, and our Jeffrey Dahmers, right? No, at times I tend to try and be as balanced when it comes down to individuals that commit really cruel crimes. And while others want to come out with their pitchforks and their stones, I can't because I understand this world. I understand demonic possession. I understand spiritual warfare and I've seen how they work. So therefore, I'm not in a position to judge people no matter how cruel and wicked of a crime they have committed. I just can't do it. Right? Now, in the movie, the entity gives us some mighty interesting dialogue. Now, listen to this. We no longer need him, James. Our work with him is done, and it is time for him to go to hell. These entities, they occupy your bodies. And when they use you to commit these crimes and they use you up, they leave you to face the full force of the law. And after you face the law, the consequences of the law, then you have the other side to deal with, right? That is how entity operates. Now, when it comes down to demonic possession, there's a lot of different avenues that they can take. Alcohol opens you up for possession. Watching pornography, masturbation opens you up. The food you eat opens you up. The music you listen to. Even these fast fashion, and that is why these fast fashions are so easily available because they help with the process of opening you up, lowering your frequency so that these entities can attach to you, right? So there is so much more. It's a long list, but those are some of the main ways they use to enter inside of you, to attach inside of you, right? And in today's world, we don't have praying mothers and grandmothers like we used to, right? To intercept what's going on, to cancel what's going on. We don't have that. And you need to understand that demonic entities can attach to you for years, for decades, and they lay dormant. They're like viruses, right? Because at times they won't work within you, but they will infect your unborn child. Because demons, they know us because we are all recycled spirits, so they know us, right? All they do is sit around and watch and wait for the opportunity, right? So this movie is basically showing you how we end up with our serial killers. Now, the point with this movie as well is this entity trying to convince these people. And one of the people is a pastor, right? And you think someone that represents the Most High would be up onto this type of thing. Listen to what Nefarious says to the pastor as he comes on. What do you want with me, Son of God? Come here to torture me before the appointed time? Carpenter sent you to gloat? But the pastor was speaking about insanity. The pastor was lukewarm, right? Which brings me back to reality with this case with the Mina Smallman, who's a mother who lost her daughter Biba Henry and Nicole Smallman to a brutal stabbing in a London park. Now, after the stabbing, Mina Smallman did an interview with LBC Radio in London. And when they were telling her, in the interview, she said she was told why this young man killed her daughters because he made a pact with an entity to win the Euro Million. Now, she then stated that she works with a lot of individuals who are a part of that, and many of them are just watch TV, something in that line. They're fanciful. This woman is a woman of the Most High, and she's supposed to be able to identify spiritual warfare. Instead, she said this. She thought that he was a sad loser. After she was told that this individual made a pact with a demonic entity, she didn't believe that he made a pact with a demonic entity. So a lot of the times, the people who are supposed to know these things and think they know, they don't. They don't. Even when it is staring them in the face, they do not know it. Right? And her daughter was brutally killed by someone that made a pact with a demon, and she, being a woman of the cloth, could not recognize it. The interview is on YouTube for you all to listen. Unbelievable, right? Now, the entity then goes on to put the doctor in his place because the doctor is refusing to believe he is talking to a demon. This is what Nefarious had to say. You ignorant sack of meat, you think your atheism will protect you. Oh, I don't believe in angels or demons, heaven or hell, so you can't hurt me. Hell is full of pathetic trash, boldly proclaiming their ideas and how they feel the universe operates, never once contemplating the possibility that they could be wrong. And that is what is going on in today's world. Everyone thinks they have it all figured out. And they don't. Because when it is staring them in the face, they cannot identify it. Right? No. The movie also speaks about abortion. Because what abortion is basically sacrificing your children to these ancient gods. But because it is done with a doctor and it is done in a hospital, people think it is okay. It's not. It's just that the devil, these ancient gods, they have become sophisticated with killing. Right? They use the times that they are living in and they adapt to it. So instead of throwing your kids in the fire, you go to the doctor and they rip it out the womb. Right? This entity also shed lights on the age-old problem that is happening, which is that they are trying to dethrone the Most High. Right? They want the Most High position. And they are playing victims. It's not the first I've heard dialogue like this. These entities are out here playing the victim, and the Most High is this bully who is there to enslave them. But if you don't know the story, it's best not for you. It's best for you not to take sides, because these entities, these ancient gods, they are the ones who are thirsty, greedy for worship. They're the ones who are putting in all sorts of agendas and traps through their bloodline so that you will have to give them worship, not the Most High, right? But I do believe in self-defense. Because if you're going to come at someone that haven't done you anything, he has a right, the Most High has a right to defend himself and defend his creation, because that is what you are trying to do. Destroy him and destroy his creation. Because in the movie, the entity did say that they go after the thing the Most High loved the most, which is man. So they have a grudge against us. And somehow humanity don't see it. They don't realize that there is a war going on. And we are bang in the middle. They got a grudge against us because we look so much like him, right? And because he favors us so much. But everything in today's world is conspiracy theories. And people don't realize, and that is why these demonic entities can continue to do what they are doing unchecked. That's why we keep getting our Jeffrey Dahmers, we keep getting our John Gacy's, our Ted Bundys, because they are just infecting people left, right, and center. And then one set come out with their pitchforks and their stones, and they don't realize what is happening. And the people who we depend on to be the voice of reason, to see what is going on, they don't know. And they don't want to know, right? Because they think they know. Well, we need to pray and say, glory be to the Most High.